Hey guys, so temperature is around 9 degrees. It's a bit sunny and still a bit cold. I am here in my apartment in Luleå. Just go outside and see. It's a little bit sunny and we can just go and walk around and see how it feels. If you don't know me, I'm Anurag and I work and live in Sweden. So I'm in Luleå now and walking towards a place for some activity. Recently I have been applying for this driver's license thing and I have been taking classes for that. I went to this driving school and I asked them that I want to take classes for a manual car, and that is a B driver's license that's usually applied for. So manual I opted because you have much more options with manual, and with manual driver's license, if you have, you can drive an automatic car too. But if you in Sweden, if you have a automatic car license, then you can't drive manual. So manual is pretty good, but again, driving an automatic car is easier because you don't have to worry about clutch and gears. Most of the people who take classes in this driving school or trafikskola, that's what you say in Sweden, they usually take few classes in the trafikskola and they practice at home with someone who already has a driver's license. And for anyone to teach or be a tutor at home to drive with you, they need also some kind of license, which is perhaps easy, and they need a class or something. That's how most of the people do. Usually people from your family, your parents, or someone helping you with this thing. Since I have no one to practice at home, so I had to take all the classes in the trafikskola. I went there for manual and I talked to this trafikskola, and they told me that since they took a practice test first, practice driving, and they told me I would need around 20 to 25 lessons, and that's a bit too much because each lesson might cost you around 1200 Swedish kronor. They advised me that take the automatic first and then get used to of the car and the traffic rules, and once you get used to of it, then going for manual would be easier. And they also told me that we don't want to rob you of money. I came back, talked to some of my friends, and then came to know that with manual, the good benefit of having a manual car is that you have much more options to choose from vehicles. In Sweden there are a lot of vehicles that are manual, although there are more of them are automatic. But the cars that I've been searching for, the Toyotas or maybe Honda, they still have a lot of manual option. So that's a benefit, that you can drive anything. And if I go to India, for example, and if I'm using my father's car or cars there, if I'm renting, most of them there are still manual. So that's the thing with manual. Plus the cars are cheaper to buy compared to automatic. Maybe they are easy to maintain, repair. So the overall cost that you get on a manual car is easier. They might be more reliable, that's why, because they're easy to maintain and they break down less frequently than the automatic ones. But seems like the current, I went again for the second driver's lesson, and they suggested it again that it's advised for you, because then you don't have to take too many classes which are super expensive, and it is expensive. So now I'm gonna have my third lesson soon, and this time I'm planning to go completely for automatic. It's a beautiful day though. And in Sweden you have to take 2 mandatory classes for everyone. That's called risk 1 and risk 2. So that, like, even if you have automatic, you have manual, or whatever car you have to take these classes. I've been preparing for theories also, so For theories, I have this app one of my colleagues from the work suggested. It's called eSureKut. So this app, you pay something and then they give you this whole package. There's a lot of tests in it to practice. I have almost finished that thing now, and mostly doing the questionnaires, the questions. Still, it's a lot of time. I'm taking around one class a week, maybe 2-3 months or 4 months it will take to finish all the classes. This is one of the largest cemeteries in Luleå. It's pretty big, spread for a very long distance from here. And I'm just walking by because if we are lucky, then it's possible to find some reindeers in this forest. There are several of them, and usually they roam around here. And if you're passing through this road, it's sometimes possible to see them, and it's pretty beautiful. And it's not allowed to hunt these reindeers. They're preserved in some way. Most of the time, or almost every time I go, I usually see them here. Well, this is the first exit from cemetery, and this is the most confusing one for me, because every time I go out, sometimes I just pass it and go out from the other one, completely like getting confused where it's gonna exit. Now we are here, so you see that there are some houses now on this end of the cemetery. These days, most of my free time I'm spending mostly on searching cars. What would be a good budget car to begin with? And the first car, because you are not a great driver, you want to buy something that is reliable, strong, good in safety, doesn't break down so quickly, because you don't know much about the cars and how to repair them, stuff. So these things to be taken into account. Not a very small car, because it should be safe enough to protect. I looked into several cars. Before I had a very different kind of focus what cars I want to buy, but after doing some research, I narrowed it down to Toyota Corollas, or some like previously they changed its name to Toyota Auris or something, but now they have changed it back to Toyota Corolla, and Honda Civic. So these two are something that I would like to go. Otherwise, I have some more options, like more Toyotas, obviously, maybe Prius, and maybe Avensis. Not sure, I don't like Avensis much. It's the look and it's too big for me. And all of the cars I'm focusing on should be having IC engine, so no hybrid and no electric cars yet. Because to begin with, to learn and understand cars, I feel like IC engine cars are good. They have been tested more, they are more reliable, at least until now, what we know about them. And since I'm a mechanical engineer, IC engine used to be one of my favorite topics. I would like to go to switch to electric cars maybe in the future, but there is not enough testing for their reliability and how good they are. They haven't run enough time on the roads to get a good reviews about them and how safe they are, because there has been some news about them blowing up and catching fire, although there are a lot of fire issues that have been found in the IC engine cars too, but still I'm waiting a little bit that they're on the road for a sufficient amount of time to really understand how good or bad they are. Although it's a very good thing that they are very good for nature, for the ecosystem. But let's wait a little bit and look at the weather. It's pretty sunny and a little bit cold, so it's just good combination. It's comfortable, it's a comfort you get. It's not feeling too warm, it's not chilling cold, it's somewhere in between sun and the cold, and because of the wind, pretty cute. And people are taking out their cars now. the summer cars, more like these big American cars. Now people are taking out of the garages because during the winter it's the road is usually full with snow, so it's difficult to drive cars which are a bit sporty and have a very low base. I've been walking now for almost 30 minutes and now it's time almost to conclude my walk. I try to walk every day usually, or go to gym or something, just to be healthy physically and mentally. This is a football ground, a lot of people playing, and here what you see is a ski ground or a skate ground perhaps. We play ice hockey or skate on the skateboards and stuff. Well, I have a group training in the evening in the gym, so for now I will go get my lunch, rest a bit and prepare for the rest of the day. And here we go, the football ground. It's warm and sunny weather today, so although I still have this jacket because it's a bit windy still. It's a bit windy and a bit of cold if you don't have this jacket, but you can see it's very sunny and warm. So I had my driving classes today and now I have switched to automatic from manual, and it was much easier to drive an automatic car than a manual car, obviously, because you don't have clutch and you don't shift the gears manually. One thing that I learned, and that was new from this lesson, was that during the learning I was more focusing on the hood of the car before while maneuvering, because I was so much focused on the very close distance. But now today I try to focus a bit far away and see more things than just seeing the hood of the car and trying to see if it's not going out of the way. And we went also a little bit more into the traffic. So I will be continuing now for automatic and we'll see how many lessons does it take. You see behind me, they are cleaning the road. I've taken off jacket now because it's warmer now. So actually what happens is that they put these gravels on the road during the winter because the snow is slippery, and if you use these gravels they help the vehicles to not skid or to have enough friction to drive. But in the summers there is no need of this, so they try to remove this away because otherwise it's an unnecessary obstruction. Well, we're just walking. I'm walking on the main road and we will follow some of the cars that are popular here in Sweden, and you will see. Okay, what is it? Toyota RAV4 maybe. Seems to be the new Toyotas. A lot of Toyotas. Here we see Mazda, the white one. The other Dodge is almost falling out. Oh, there it is. Some of the, what do you call that, a Renault. And what's this car coming? Okay, this is Opel. Guys, a Mercedes taxi. And the most prevalent car of this country is Volvo, because it's Swedish car and it's made here, so it's very much likely that it has the biggest market. There it goes, one Volvo, and there is a Volkswagen Golf. What are the other cars? Here goes Volkswagen Golf. Let's see some more cars. Here comes an Audi. Yeah, there is an Audi. and a Fiat. And you see that green truck out there, perhaps it's visible. And here we are, Volvo, a Volvo here. And in the garage there is one Opel which is facing backward, and here comes the red one. It's Mazda. So Mazdas are getting pretty popular, and they are beautiful, most of them. So here 2 cars in the garage facing front, Toyotas. Here we go, we walk here. Here is an Skoda and a Hyundai, and there is some construction machine. Thank you, and see you in the next video.